Hi, this is Paul Mailing for Acoustic Guitar, and we're here today to talk about warm-up exercises that'll not only help you hit the ground running faster in your practice sessions, but also improve speed and strength and dexterity. So let's jump in. The first exercise is just a simple using the first two fingers. So we're going to set the metronome at 80. Or you could start at 60 BPM. But the idea is just all downstrokes. And then you go to the next two fingers, which would be fingers 2 and 3. And by the way, we're on the G string at the 4th fret, 4th and 5th frets. And then we do the same thing with the next two fingers, the 3rd and the 4th finger. Same two notes. Okay, so I'm going to break it here and explain why I'm using downstrokes. Because when you play a downstroke, it's the purest sound you can make with your instrument. It's just the easiest thing to do, and it gives you a reference point. Now we're going to do the same exercise, exactly the same, but now we're going to alternate picking. And we started with the downstrokes so that we get that sound in our ear of the perfect possible sound out of your instrument, and I want you to try to match that sound with the upstroke. So the downstroke sounds like this. And now with alternating, and then back to downstrokes. You get the idea here. So you should be unable to distinguish the difference between a downstroke and an upstroke. So now we'll go to the next two notes, the same two notes with the next two fingers. Down, 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 and then alternate. I think you get the idea here. Now the next two fingers, we'll just go to alternate. Okay, great. Now the next thing that we want to do is the same thing, but hammering. So we're just going to do one pick stroke for every two notes. Now you may have to raise the hammering finger higher than you're accustomed to get some velocity. That's okay. That's part of the building strength and muscle in the fingers and the hand. So with the second and third finger, same thing. And the third and fourth fingers. Now you can hear it in my hand. The fourth finger isn't quite as loud when it hammers down as the other fingers. And that just means we all have something to strive for. So you get the idea. Every note should be equal and equally timed and spaced. Everything as perfectly executed as you're capable of. Shoot for perfection. Don't practice mistakes. All right, the third thing in this series of warm-up and strengtheners is the slide. So we have this. We have the... and we have the hammer. And now we have the slide. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Okay, so it's worth mentioning at this point that the slide is best executed if you keep the hand relaxed and in the position that it's going to shift in. Don't feel like you need to change the way the finger sits on the string or the way the arm or the wrist. Just everything should just be locked in a nice relaxed. It almost looks like I'm not doing anything. You know, it's just this simple motion. So I've demonstrated this on the G string. Let's do it on the B string as the examples on the paper in the magazine. Okay, so first finger on the 4th fret on the B string. Second finger. Third finger. Now, you can go back and be extra efficient. There's no harm in being repetitive. Now the hammer. You notice I'm using all downstrokes right now. That's up to you at which point you want to use alternating picking. I'll do 2 of these. Oops. And now the slide. 3, 4. Second finger. Third finger. Oops. And 4th finger. So there's lots of ways to get this together. If this is a challenge for you just at this tempo, at this point, that's fine. That's great. Keep the faith. Try to do these for 5 or 10 minutes every day when you start, and your hand will be like really limber and warmed up, and you can just jump into all the other things that you practice. If you want to take it to the next level soon, I would recommend doing the series connecting all the fingers like this. So you have so I'm not pausing between fingers. I'm just moving from one exercise to the next. Now you could go to the slide, or you could go to the picking of every note. I like to mix them up. But I do them in groups of 4 usually if I'm not talking. 3, 4, and then slide. I'm being extra redundant here just so you're all clear about what I'm doing here. 4 of each, etc. Now, you've made it this far in the video, and I want to reward you for getting this deep into the video, because we're going to give you something that's not in the written examples. If you're feeling like this is already doable and you can nail every exercise on every string in every position, then you could double the tempo. And I would recommend starting at this tempo and then doubling it. So you have you get the idea. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, if you've gotten this far and you want an extra challenge, you could double the double tempo. Here's the original tempo. I guess this would be quarter notes. And then you have eighth notes. And the next subdivision might be triplets. And then we'll do the hammers. You get the idea here. And then the slides maybe. And that is how you warm up. And that is how you get strength in your fingers and accuracy for shifting. I hope this helps. If you have questions or comments, feel free to write to me, care of Acoustic Guitar. This is Paul Mailing saying happy practicing. Thanks.